Good morning, 5th grade. I hope you stay so good with your family in your home. Today we are going to start with our English feedback. I am Miss Paola and I am going to start. Okay, the first topic that we are going to talk about is interrupted past. But before to start with that topic, we are going to talk about past continued tense and past simple tense. Why? Because these are the structure that we can use of this principal topic. I need that you remember when you use past continuous the structure of this. Remember that you use subject plus was and were auxiliary plus verb with ing plus complement. If you can see in this picture, you have positive, negative, and interrogative sentence. The first is she, subject, was, third person, auxiliary, cooking, in this case is the verb with ing, all the morning is the complement. In negative form of this is she, subject, was, is auxiliary in third person, not is the negative, sleeping, verb with ing, and when he came home is the complement. And remember when you use past continuous, the auxiliary in the interrogative changes the position with the subject. In this case, is now she was. In this case, is was she sleeping, verb with ing, when he came home. Okay, remember that you use past continuous with different things to describe actions, to describe someone, to express interrupted action, and to describe repetition or iteration. Recuerden que cuando ustedes usan el pasado continuo, tienen una estructura que seguir. El auxiliar siempre va a ser was and were. Recuerden que en was es para tercera persona. Was es para he, she, and it. And were es para I, you, we, and they. Cuando ustedes hacen la pregunta, recuerden que este cambia de posición con el sujeto, porque en la estructura normal siempre es sujeto, verbo auxiliar, verbo con ing y complemento. En pregunta es auxiliar, sujeto, verbo con ing y complemento. Okay, in past simple tense is when talk about situations in past. In this case, remember that you use in this structure is subject plus was and were in verb to be, weren't and wasn't in negative form, and was or were plus subject when you use interrogative form. Ustedes recuerden que el pasado simple tiene dos formas. Una, que es los verbos del verbo to be, que es el verbo ser o estar. En este caso es was and were. Recuerden que cuando se hace una pregunta, en este caso el auxiliar hace cambio con el sujeto y queda auxiliar, sujeto y verbo. El verbo, recuerden que cuando se hace pregunta o cuando se hace negación, siempre queda en la forma básica del verbo. Con los otros verbos, recuerden que siempre se va a utilizar el did. El did para negación, did not o didn't, y el did para pregunta, lo mismo que el was. Siempre cuando se hace pregunta, en este caso el did va a cambiar el lugar con el sujeto y cambiaría did plus subject plus verb. Este verbo va en la forma básica del verbo, es decir, un ejemplo, un verbo irregular. Break, broke. No es did she broke a window, sino did she break a window? Ok. Recuerden que en este caso, el interrupted past, when you put together these two times, you create an interrupted action in the past for something which happened before and after another action. Interrupted past es cuando se une el tiempo de pasado simple con el pasado continuo y forman esto. Es una acción que estaba pasando en el pasado y fue interrumpida. En este caso, si ustedes pueden ver en el ejemplo, this is the example, I was having a shower, y nuestro conjunction connector en este caso es when. I was having a shower when the phone rang. Es muy importante que ustedes tengan presente cada una de las estructuras porque siempre deben mantener ese orden. El when, después del conector when, de conjunction when, siempre la frase va a estar en pasado. Es decir, si ustedes cambian el orden, the phone rang when the phone rang, I was having a shower. Cuando el teléfono sonó, yo estaba tomando una ducha. Nunca va a ser the phone rang when I was having a shower. No. ¿Listo? Okay. The next one is these examples. A short action interrupts a longer action in the past. Examples. It was really coming down when I got up. The got es un verbo irregular. She was writing a letter when the bell rang. Okay. Other example is to specify what the action was at certain time in the past. Last night at 3 I was still working on my thesis. Es muy importante que ustedes recuerden que la estructura del interrupted past es past continuous plus when plus past tense. Okay, now we are going to talk about comparative and superlative. Remember, when you talk about comparative is when you know to compare two things. In this case, the most important thing that you have to know in this case is that when you use comparative, the adjective finish with er. For example, better, happier, bigger. And the other important thing is that when you use comparative, all time you need to use than, than, after the adjective. For example, she is 2 years older than me. New York is much bigger than Boston because this is the form that you can show us what is the comparative form in this sentence, okay? Remember, er and than. In this case, you can see that comparative adjectives have different rules. For example, when you use one syllable, you only use er plus than. Okay, bigger than, smaller than, taller than. Don't use the bigger than, the smaller than, no. Only bigger than. When you have two syllables ending in consonant Y, remember that you omit Y and put I, E, R, than. ¿Ok? En este caso recuerden que cuando es una sola sílaba se le aumenta la ER y le colocan en este momento el conector than. Si ustedes no colocan than en un comparativo, la oración queda mal. En la segunda parte, en el cuadro de la mitad, nos dicen que cuando el adjetivo termina en consonante Y, se cambia por I latina, se coloca la ER. Como estamos, happier than, friendlier than, happier than, funnier than, prettier than, busier than. Y por último, está cuando tenemos de 2 o más sílabas. Es decir, beautiful, interesting, difficult. Los sonidos son más de 3 sílabas. En este caso no se va a colocar beautifuler, interestier, no. En este caso se utiliza el more. El more es solamente para comparativos. Sería more beautiful than, more interesting than, more difficult than. Si ustedes no colocan el more, el than, o le colocan en el beautiful ER, está mal la oración. Ok. Now, wait a second. Okay. Now we are going to show you this irregular adjective. It's similar to the irregular verbs, but in this case is adjective. For example, this good in comparative form is better, in superlative form is the best. Bad in comparative is worse and superlative the worst. Many in comparative is more and superlative the most. Much in comparative is more and superlative is the most. And finally, I have far. In comparative is further or further, and the superlative form is the furthest and the furthest. Okay, for finish of this, we are going to talk about the superlative. The superlative is going to talk about the most important person in the group, person, thing in the group. Okay, when we use superlative adjective, remember that you use the or the. You can use both pronunciation and est. It's the same things that you can, the same rules that you can use in superlative adjective. Las mismas reglas que tiene el comparativo, la tiene el superlativo. Con la diferencia que acá no utilizamos el than después de el adjetivo. Aquí utilizamos el de o el da según la pronunciación que ustedes deseen usar antes del adjetivo, y el adjetivo no termina en ER, sino termina en EST. Al igual que el comparativo, cuando tiene más de 3 sílabas, no se usa en este caso el more, sino el the most beautiful, the most dangerous, the most intelligent. Pero ustedes, por favor, omitan el than en los superlativos. Es decir, ustedes no pueden colocar the most beautiful than me. No, porque ahí no están comparando. En el superlativo están sobresaltando la persona o la cosa, la capacidad, el más de todos. Listo, les voy a mostrar este último video. Espero les guste.
Let's learn how to compare different sizes together. Ready? Let's go! Big, bigger, biggest. Small, smaller, smallest. Big, bigger, biggest. Small, smaller, smallest. Now let's see if you can find the right size. Which bear is the biggest? That's right. Which clock is the smallest? You're right. Which box is the biggest? That's right. Which rooster is the smallest? You're right. Great job! Remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thanks for watching!
I love this video. Okay, this is all for today. Remember, if you have any question, you can send me a message to Edmodo platform or my email english2colostral@gmail.com. Okay, remember my name is Julie and I miss you a lot. Bye.